Yo, what is Gucci? You too. It's your boy C1 Dot Fam, aka God. I'm back with a new video. Now this video is gonna be dope. It's gonna be too bad of a controversial topic this time, but it's gonna be the 5 characters that I strongly dislike in Tekken 7. So coming in at number 5, I got Eddie Gordo. Now Eddie Gordo, it's not so much the high-level gameplay players, it's those intermediate players that don't know what they're doing with it, that just spam kick moves over and over and over and over and over again. They don't even know what they're doing, they're just hawking out moves. And I want to make a separate video on, I feel like this topic doesn't get talked a lot. Either where it's easier to lose to someone who's not good. Now, most people get a misperception when someone says that. It's not an excuse. It's a real way of saying, like, they're playing anti-meta. Like, so say I play an orange rank and up on an Eddie Gordo, right? I know what he's gonna do. Orange rank and up, that's red rank, that's blue rank, purple rank. Then you go up to red, purple, blue, second god primes, yada yada, all that stuff, right? When you play up against them, you know what they're gonna do because they have meta movement, they have meta gameplay. But when you play someone in like the green ranks or the blue ranks, they're just hawking out random moves that you've probably never seen an Eddie do, honestly, on a daily basis. So it's just little things like that. Like when someone plays anti-meta, it's hard to know the matchup. Well, yes, you can adapt during the match. Of course, it's probably not what you're going to be adapting to the first time, meaning they might be random in the second round as well, or the third round as well. So it's just random stuff like that. It could be random gameplay, random moves hawked out here and there that you're just not familiar with. And Eddie is one of those key players that can just do that whenever he wants. He's my number 5 for that reason alone on this list. Coming in at number 4, I strongly dislike this man in this game. Not the playstyle, this man is Akuma. I cannot stand this man in Tekken 7 because it was just so lazy and pointless. You could have given another character the 2D playstyle, a new character, like a new character idea, not just lazily bring in Akuma, because now the problem that's going to be brought in is they're going to bring in characters like Ryu and Sagat for no reason. They're just going to bring them in because it's a marketing tool to trick us into thinking that we're getting something amazing when they could have just made up those characters themselves. You know what I mean? That's like if Street Fighter 5 randomly brought in, I don't know, Leroy Smith instead of making their own new Wing Chun fighting style character that they could have done, instead of just lazily bringing in a character that was already made in a different fighting game. And Akuma is just broken beyond belief. I have him at S+ tier on my tier list. I'm gonna be dropping that soon. Tier list, man. He's broken. Akuma, you don't even have to 1 meter and you're dead. It's just plain and simple. You don't even have to be really good with him to destroy it. He sets up great Oki, great mix-ups. Yeah, he's just all around a beast. And yeah, but surprisingly, yeah, he's only number 4 on the list. Coming in at number 3, it's gonna be Lily. Now Lily, I just strongly dislike her playstyle. Her playstyle is just so wacky and like, it's almost the same thing as Eddie, where you can just throw out random moves if you're an intermediate. Obviously not high level gameplay, because they play meta and they play the best moves, so you're gonna look out for the best moves. But with Lily, she can just cartwheel her way up into yellow ranks if she wanted to. She just is that random and throws out random moves for no reason. Like, and I also have a strong disliking for the female roster in general. Meaning, the female roster, I think 90% of them, 95% of them are young, Soul Calibur looking females, instead of these middle-aged females, instead of middle-aged looking females that are intelligent. You know, I know Kazumi's middle-aged, but she looks like she could be 22. You know, it's just a lack of variety, girl category for Tekken session. Alright, real quick, I just have to say, I didn't know Share Factory had a limit on split clipping and deleting videos and editing them. I didn't know that, so now I gotta do all this from scratch. I had a really good video, but it would not let me edit that clip, which really sucks. So now I gotta go on the fly doing all this. So my bad, I can't edit my mess ups and stuff, and my a lot of my ums. So I'm sorry. Like that. But no, what I was saying before was learning the Lily matchup is not fun at all. I've had my fair share of fighting Lilies, especially online and stuff. That's just all I do is fight Lilies online. I don't know any real Lilies. Actually, yes I do. I fought in a tournament fighting Lily. This one Lily player. Mad annoying. And that was before I really knew the Lily matchup. Once you learn the matchup against her though, she is pretty minus on block. But sometimes you think you have a turn, and she ends up doing like some weird cartwheel move that makes you feel like in such a weird place. So it's just not a bad matchup, or not a good matchup for anyone really. And I don't remember her moves that well, but I know one annoying one is her snake edge. That's mad annoying, but it's pretty seeable, so you can't not see it. But it is pretty quick at the same time, if that makes sense. Like online it's quick, but if you're fighting offline it's really seeable. So yeah, she's my number 3, and my number 2 is Elisa Bosconovich. Elisa, I just cannot stand her gameplay, and I cannot stand her concept. For some reason, she just has the weirdest playstyle in the game. And every time, I'm not even gonna lie, every time I see an Elisa, I used to leave the game. Every time. I wouldn't even try to learn the matchup or play against her. Now I've been a little better. I still do get frustrated a lot playing against Elisa, like a lot. You don't understand how many times I go online, I'll see her and I'm just thinking about closing the app and not even playing against her. But I end up playing against her, and if I had to say, I think I'm at like a 40% win rate and a 60% loss rate ratio against her. She's like my only bad matchup, honestly. Her playstyle is very, very wacky, and it's very hard to learn against her what's plus and what's minus, just because of how wacky she is. Like I know I've said Eddie and Lily play pretty weird, but they're not wacky, and they're not what's the word I'm looking for? They're not oh man, I can't think of the word. It's kind of like corny, but they're very gimmicky. There you go. They're very gimmicky. They're not gimmicky like her. She's very gimmicky on how she plays. She doesn't even feel like she's a Tekken 7 character. I understand she was in 6, but in 6 you can kind of get away with it because there wasn't very much complexity into Tekken 6. I call that game Tekken Bob, but yeah. No real there was no real. There were a lot of wacky characters like Roger Jr., like Makujin. So she fit kind of well in that game. But in Tekken 7, she's very out. She's very displaced, and she's just not a good fit for the game. Now, my number one, I cannot stand. And before I say it, I see him non-stop online, just non-fucking stop online. I do not see him the whole, out of like the 20 matches I'll do out of the day, there's not one time where I don't see him, maybe 4 or 5 times, and that's King. I fucking hate King so much. That nigga fucking makes me so mad, it's ridiculous. Like, and the King players don't even play like King players, man. They play like some weird, like they don't even know who King is. That's the problem that I have. It's not even King itself, it's the players that don't know what they're doing with him. They'll throw out jab, and then try to grab you, or I think it's down forward 3, that one sweep, and then triangle, or down forward 3 times, and then 2. I think that's how that command goes. I don't play King, so I don't know, but they'll do that. They'll do the one where he jumps in the air and does like the hammer, the double hand axle. You know how sometimes in games when you're playing and you see a really strong move and you kind of just freeze up, and but you know to block it, or you know it's an unblockable, so you either have to sidestep or move out of the way. Yeah, but sometimes you freeze up. That's what happens with me with King's when he jumps in the air and does his double hand axle. That move gets me probably like 60% of the time. If I'm being honest, 60-70%, because I'll just look up and see that it's coming, and I just don't even move out of the way. But there was something else. Okay, so I wanted to rant about King real quick. There is something I do want to say. My idea for King, he shouldn't be able to do combos, but hear me out. He shouldn't be able to do combos in a sense of air juggles and whatnot. He shouldn't be able to, and knockdowns, he shouldn't be able to do those. He should be unique in a sense of, he should be a grappler, a combo grappler. I know he has grapples and combos for his grapples, but he should be a combo grappler only, and his throw breaks should be based off of a different system instead of throw breaking in general. If you're trying to catch what I'm saying, if you don't, I'll try to explain it better down below. But man, it's not easy. I don't know how to put it in a simpler term, but like, he should be very unique. Like, Armor King should be what King is, if that makes sense. Like, Armor King should be where he can do air combos and knockdowns and a couple of grapple combos. Like, he's a mixed martial artist in that sense of being a grappler and a mixed martial artist, and a scrapper. But King should specialize only in grabs, and a lot of King players don't. A lot of King players only specialize in what a regular Tekken character does, which is air combos, juggles, wall carries, knockdowns, all that stuff. They barely use grabs most of the time, and it's kind of a shame when King is mostly known for that, which sucks, but that's my idea. I feel like he should be just mainly a combo grappler, not strictly he shouldn't be able to do both, because that just makes his game entirely, and a lot of people think he's not that good. I think he's extremely good. I think he's barely used, and that's what makes him hurt even worse, because since and I don't mean barely used online wise, because I see him a fuck ton online. I see him like 80% of the time online. It's not even a joke. I leave half the time when I see him because I just want to see different variety of characters. But in a sense of not used all the time, meaning like in tournaments, a lot of high level players in tournaments don't see King that much. So when they do, it's kind of a hard matchup seeing him. I might be wrong because I haven't watched that many tournaments as of late. But the ones that were that I have watched, King was barely in it. I think only fucking Lil Majin probably used, or Lil Majin is probably the only one that used him. And yeah, that's why I don't like Lil Majin, because he uses King. But whatever. So yeah, yeah, that's my take. And those are characters that I strongly dislike. Let me know who you dislike down below. Follow me on Instagram. And yeah, if you want to see stream, if you want to join my tournaments, follow me. And I got you. I'm gonna see y'all with another banger. Peace out.